Hey everyone, how's it going? Now you're probably wondering about the title of this video. Before I get to that, on my channel I have started a new playlist. It's called Viewpoint. It's where I'm going to put certain videos that I find interesting or that I really get something out of, rather than my favorites list, because that's a very long list and I really need to go through it. Anyway, the video I'm going to be talking about is going to be in that playlist. I'm also going to put it in the description below. Now, recently I came across this video from Wilson Combat. It's called Gun Abuse. And it was really interesting, and I didn't want to remake it under, quote, that title. I mean, it's ripping off somebody else's video. So I figured pistol etiquette, because in this video by Bill Wilson and I can't remember the other guy, I've seen him before, big in the gun world. I mean, you're talking a couple of old timers. And by Wilson, Bill Wilson, Wilson Combat. If you're into firearms, you don't know who Wilson Combat is. I don't know where you've been, but anyway, they were talking about gun abuse. And after watching this video, I realized that I am guilty of a lot of the stuff they put in this video and not realizing that I do it. Which is kind of funny because I'm always getting on people about some of the stuff they do with their ARs. Like, dry firing, stuff like that. Granted, they say, oh yeah, you can dry fire it. I don't like to dry fire. Tripped over that one. Firearms, especially pistol or revolvers. But anyway, when it comes to like ARs, I always tell people, when you clean it, if it is cocked, don't dry fire it. Pull the charging handle about halfway back, keeping tension on it, and pull the trigger. Okay, you'll feel a little click in there. That's the hammer going up against the bolt carrier. Not the firing pin, the bolt carrier. And then just let it slide home. Decocks the weapon. Or you can break it open and do it manually, but if you screw up, you could break your bolt latch, though. But anyway, to the point, I'm rambling here. They were talking about what they saw at the NRA show and some of the things they see people do constantly. And if you really listen to this video, if you do any of these things, you probably do it unconsciously. But one of the things they talk about is putting a round in the chamber, and I'm going to use my 1911 here, and then you drop a round in the chamber, and then you let that slide slam home. Okay, and what they talk about in there, it makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it, I guess, as to the wear and tear and the way most of your semi-automatics are designed. Okay, so I'm going to drop the mag. For those of you interested, and you can see it, there's a snap cap in the chamber, so for any of you safety Nazis. Anyway, the way the pistol's designed, yes, there is a loaded mag. I'm going to try to get this the best I can here. There we go. It sets pretty much like that. So when the slide comes back, it strips the round, and the round slides up to the bolt face to the extractor. Okay? Pretty sure you get the meaning on that. Anyway, they were talking about how if you put a round in the chamber, you let the slide go home, you're forcing that extractor out. Where mechanically it's designed, the round's supposed to slip up behind it. So if you ever put a round in the chamber and you let it go home slowly, you know you got to rack the back of the slide to get it in the battery. So, and of course that time it didn't pull it out. I'm gonna try to post a picture of this. But anyway, this is the snap cap I use. And when you look at the edges on it, you know, it makes perfect sense. Now these are made of aluminum, and I'm a firm believer in these. Anyway, the rim of this thing is just chewed to hell. I mean, there's chunks off it. So it really makes sense what they talk about in the video. So, I mean, you can chamber around slowly, but let the slide do the work and, you know, seat the round the way it's supposed to. So, there we go. She's all the way in the battery. That's another reason I use snap caps, is because I don't like to dry fire my pistols. In actuality, that's why I like hammered pistols, I guess you could say, you know, external hammers, because I can have a round, I can load a round in the chamber and then let the hammer go to the half-cocked position, and it's perfectly safe. I mean, and if I need it, I just pull the trigger, or, you know, pull the hammer back on my 1911. Now this is my Taurus 24/7 Pro. This gun's about 11 years old, I think. Might be older than that. Anyway, it also has a snap cap in the chamber. Hopefully you can see that. There it goes. Anyway, this is not a striker fired pistol. It's an internal hammer. So that's what gives it its double strike capability, I guess. Never failed me. 11 years old, got probably 2,000, maybe 3,000 rounds somewhere in there, but through this pistol. The only hiccups I ever had were from my reloads. But anyway, even on something like this, if you lock the slide to the back, put a snap cap in the top, and let it go forward, you will see what they're talking about. So it's just something, it's really interesting. There we go. Put the mag back in. Anyway, it's really interesting to listen to these guys. It's almost like sitting in a classroom, so to speak. But, you know, come on, Bill Wilson. You know, even if you're not into 1911s, you look at a Wilson Combat 1911 or a Nighthawk, you know, especially Nighthawk, you're going to have a little bit of drool coming out. You know, who knows, maybe get a little chubby. But anyway, they talk about, then they also talk about things with revolvers. And I'm very careful with the revolvers I have, other than the cylinder slap. I do it on occasion. And, you know, they talk about how hard that is on a revolver. as well as dry firing them. So, you know, it's interesting. You think you know a lot about guns, you handle them safely, you maintain them, and then you see something like this video and you're thinking to yourself, holy mother buckets. You know, I've been doing that for years. Put around in the chamber, let it slide home. They also talk about how hard it is on a pistol, just letting the slide go home dry. So it makes a lot of sense. So anyway, my friends, if you own, you know, semi-automatic pistols, revolvers, go take a look at this video. It will really make you think about things. And you know, I guess, like I said, I didn't realize how guilty I was of doing some of these things until I watched this video. And yeah, so, you know, like I said, you know, take a look, watch the video. It's about 20 minutes long, so not overly exciting, but extremely informative. So go check it out. Might learn something. So anyway, my friends, I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. This is kind of something I'm planning to do with my channel, is some of my thoughts, views, or, you know, if I see a video that, you know, I don't know, hits home, or I really learned something from it, I'm going to try to do more viewpoint type vids as well as my other vids. So anyway, as I like to say, be safe, send it downrange, and target on. Till next time, my friends, have a good one.